When somebody just offered your help, do you say, no, I'm good, I got this, like, don't worry about it, I'm good? That's really the cost, is inflammation in the body, is skin conditions, it's gastro issues. If you're a woman, you're not exhausted for the reason that you think you're exhausted. It's not because you're not sleeping enough or because you're working too much. It's for a whole different reason that a lot of people don't even realize. Yes, women do need more sleep than men. Yes, we do take on a lot of responsibilities. Yes, we're not made to operate in the same way as men where we have the same amount of energy every day. We cycle differently throughout the month, so we need to also be mindful of that. But there's actually something a lot bigger and a lot deeper that is affecting how you feel day to day and affecting how physically and mentally and emotionally drained you feel. And the real reason that you're exhausted so much is because you're always so focused on the outside and how everybody else is doing, what everybody else is feeling, everybody's reactions to you, anticipating everybody's needs, making sure nobody's upset, making sure everybody's okay, and less focused on what is going on within you. And what do you need in this moment? What do you need in this time? What do you want? Are you okay? How do you feel? What are your needs? Are you upset? And that's actually not a personality trait because so many women respond in this way, and there's actually like a nervous system based reason for why we act this way. And a lot of it has to do with just conditioning. If we were conditioned when we were younger that it's very important for us to always, for example, check and know how our parents are feeling, because we need to make sure that we're on our best behavior and we're a good girl, and then they're going to respond well to us and they're going to give us praise and they're going to give us love. Or if we've been in relationships where, maybe the person that we're with is like volatile, so we have to always walk on eggshells and make sure that, we're not going to say the wrong thing, or we have to make sure that, they're feeling okay. Or even in friendships, like this happens too. Like we're sometimes afraid of like just saying the wrong thing to our friends, or like we want to be liked, right? And this is like a normal thing. Like we're humans, we live in societies, we need other people in our lives. So even like from like an evolutionary perspective, it was really important for us to be a part of this society, because if we did something wrong and then our society decided like, oh no, we don't like this person, we need to get rid of them, it could have been like very unsafe for us to like go out into the world without that community behind us, backing us, supporting us. But too much of like this focus on outside of ourselves disconnects us from ourselves. And the most healing thing that we can do, and as somebody who has worked as a trauma therapist for a long time, the most healing thing is interoception. And all that means is changing the focus from outside of us, what's going on outside of us, what is everybody else doing, what is everybody else feeling, to inside of us. How do we feel? How does our body feel? Because our body gives us so much signals. What do we need? What do we want? Right? What is right for us in this moment? Even if somebody else is going to get upset with it, doing it. And then dealing with the outcome of that, whether they are upset, also understanding that, okay, they could be upset, but I could still be safe, right? Two things can be possible at once. I could feel scared to do something, but I could still do it. Those two things can be true at once, right? I can even feel anxiety, or I can feel guilt or shame, but I could still be safe, right? And just kind of always coming back to ourselves and connecting with ourselves, because the cost of not doing this is really, really high. And I've seen it too many times. And honestly, like, it upsets me so much that so many women are living in this way, just like constantly like focused on output and focused on working and focused on, keeping the family together and making sure that our kids are okay and our parents are okay and our husband is okay and our friends are okay, and like what does everybody need, and like and working, and like we have so many responsibilities, but the cost is so deep. The cost is like just this constant anxiety, this constant burnout. And then we feel resentful for the people in our lives for not helping us and not supporting us. But also, when was the last time you actually felt safe to receive support? When was the last time you actually felt safe to ask for help? Or when somebody just offered your help, do you say, no, I'm good, I got this, like, don't worry about it, I'm good? Of course, people are going to stop offering you support in the future. These things can literally turn into like health issues. So, when you go to the doctor and and you're like, I don't feel good, or I have like this symptom, or I have that symptom, or, whatever it is. Like, I see it so many times with my clients, and the doctor does all the blood tests, and they're like, you're fine. Your blood work is fine. It's all in your head. You're imagining it. Or, it's psychosomatic or whatever. It feels like really rude and disrespectful, and like you kind of leave there just feeling like shit and going like, well, see, I knew it. I knew nobody can help me. But the truth is, it's like when you have been in such like an activated state for so long, and your nervous system has been activated for so long, and your body has been tense for so long, and you haven't been expressing yourself truly, and you keep all that stuff inside, it needs to go somewhere. So it comes out through your body, and your body is showing you signs. And I've seen people with like autoimmune diseases, and this is like well known. We've all heard hopefully you've heard this new thing of like, you need to either be a bitch or get an autoimmune disease. Because that's really where we're at. That's really the cost, is inflammation in the body, is skin conditions, it's gastro issues. And there's also like scientific reasons behind this, right? So our vagus nerve is what connects our brain to like the rest of our body. And it kind of ends around like in our stomach area. So a lot of people who have this like constricted tight vagus nerve that isn't given the ability to like move freely, the vagus nerve is responsible for the opposite of fight or flight. It's responsible for rest and digest. So if that vagus nerve is like constricted, we see problems on either end. We see headaches or we see stomach aches so often. So many people come with so many conditions, and at this point clients are coming already like aware of this and saying like, I have like physical pain, I went to the doctor said nothing is wrong, it's my nervous system. Like, yes. And I see this in men too, but like it's really like, I think more prevalent in women, because we do really need that like ebb and flow a lot more, and we are more susceptible to the benefits of other women in our lives and society and connection and, with ourselves and connection with other people. And so many of us are missing it. And it's having like real life effect on it. And then people come to therapy and it really makes me upset when the therapy is just kind of focused on like coping skills. Okay, you feel anxious, do some box breathing. You feel anxious, do some orienting. And those are wonderful, useful tools. Like, yes, of course they work. They're great. But they don't work to actually change how our system responds to stress. So we don't want to like stay in this state where we're like always just like stressed out and just like doing some deep breathing and then just keep going back to the same stressful situation or the same stressful patterns. No, we want to actually change how our whole system lives and experiences and responds to life. We need to feel safe setting boundaries, because just setting boundaries but then still having like this tense body, tense nervous system, and just like always checking up like, oh my god, is this person gonna like keep my boundaries? Is this person gonna keep my boundary? That's not very effective. Like, yeah, cool, you did an amazing thing, you spoke up for yourself, but like if you're still so stressed out about it, it's only gonna have such like a minimal positive effect on it. Until you actually regulate your nervous system and truly feel okay with setting the boundary, understanding that it's not their job to maintain your boundary. The boundary is what you need to do, right? The boundary is, if this person acts in this way, this is how I'm going to act, and then like enforcing that. And feeling safe in whatever the outcome is. Feeling safe if you don't get validation from somebody else, or feeling safe if you don't get, that acceptance from somebody else, and just kind of knowing that like, okay, but I did the right thing for me. So it's not like we need more positive thinking or we need better coping skills. We need to feel safe within our body to like disappoint people. Let them be disappointed. We need to feel safe not fixing everything. Let them suffer the consequences of not doing whatever they were responsible for doing. Feeling safe not managing everything, not being in control of everything. And yeah, maybe things will fall apart. But sometimes people need consequences. And if you keep taking away the consequences of the people in your life for not taking on their responsibilities, then that's going to be your job forever. So I don't think the goal is to like stop caring less or to, have less responsibilities. I think the goal is to have a more regulated body and a more regulated nervous system where we can know at every moment what's right for us without having to do extra just to seek approval, just to avoid some sort of like danger that like might not even happen. I think the goal is to be more sovereign and less codependent And we can be interdependent. I think that's amazing, especially like I said, for women. That's beautiful. We need community in our lives. But sovereignty means just like feeling safe and grounded within yourself, and like listening to the messages that your body is giving you, because your body will tell you what is right for you, what is wrong for you. You don't need anybody else to tell you that. Nobody knows, because everybody's just projecting onto us of like their own fears. So unless you're talking to another person who's like truly sovereign and like really loves you and cares for you, it's nice sometimes to talk through our problems with like a friend or a family member. But true sovereignty means that I know what is the best thing for me. I know what the right decision for me is, and I'm gonna do that. Even if somebody's not happy with it, even if somebody's gonna love me less for it, even somebody's gonna not like me for it, feeling truly safe to do that. And that starts only with the nervous system and with the body. Because logically you understand that maybe some of the things that you have anxiety about are might not happen, but that doesn't help you. Maybe you even understand that you're burnt out, or maybe you even understand that like these patterns that you're noticing now are come from like your childhood or the way that you were parented, but that's not enough. I mean, it's a great first step, but it's not enough. We need to connect the body to the reality that is actually happening now, not the reality of the worst case scenario.